Hey guys, welcome back to Lightscreen Gaming. Today I'm going to be talking about nutrition. And yes, I know this is a gaming channel, but fitness is also a very big part of my life and a big passion of mine. So I'd like to share some basic information with you guys, especially because a lot of you guys are in the gaming community and most of us don't participate in exercise and don't eat healthy and sit down, and a lot of you guys are younger and older and just don't know a lot about fitness, and I'd like to share that material with you so you guys can have some basic knowledge, because a lot of you guys have been misguided and been told, oh, you can lose 10 pounds of fat in one day, like it's not realistic, or build 20 pounds of muscle in 2 weeks. That stuff doesn't happen. So I'm just going to show you guys some basics. I am becoming a personal trainer. I'm in college right now to become a personal trainer, and this has been a big part of my life for a very long time. So I have it broken down in 3 sections, and if you're interested in this, please stay tuned. I'm going to make it very simple, very basic, and hopefully in the future, if I get a big response from this type of video, I will be posting more things like this on my channel on a weekly basis. Alright, so let's get started. Fortunately guys, I do not have a camera woman or man, so I will be doing this on my own, so please bear with me. And it looks like I have a little bit of issues here. Alright, so let's get started. First things first, we have these things called calories, and do not mind my spelling throughout this video because it is disgusting. But we have calories, also known as kcals on food, or cals in lingo, fitness lingo, and it's pretty much just energy that our body uses. So that's all you guys really need to know, is that it's energy that our body uses, and the only way we can consume in energy is by eating and drinking food. And as I have said here, in gain, if you guys can see that, we can only use that in drinking and eating. So let me move the camera down so you guys can see the picture. Alright, so yeah, gaining food, the only way you can gain calories is through eating and drinking. And all the things you eat and drink, you will have this calorie count on it. Things range in variation depending on what you're eating and calorie content. And then the only way you can lose calories or burn off this energy is by your daily lifestyle, so just living and just exercising, and just living, just exercising, and just moving around throughout your day, carrying the kids to work, sitting down in your Xbox chair, or whatever you guys do, cooking, cleaning, walking up, down the stairs, going to school, just all that stuff uses energy, and then obviously exercise. It's a lot more easier to lose weight in the gain category by eating less and drinking less bad things than it is to burn it off. It's really hard for our body to burn off this energy because we can consume so much of it in such a little bit of time. So exercise isn't really an effective method for weight loss. And yes, I'm saying that with 100% pride, and I'm going to tell you this exercise is not an effective method for weight loss long term. It is definitely an effective method to help with weight loss, but definitely not effective for weight loss overall. So we have this idea called calories in versus calories out, okay? And this is a concept that a lot of people might not understand and need to understand. And I'm saying weight loss. Right now I'm not going to say fat loss, because this works for fat loss for obese people, but once you get leaner, there's a lot more to it because of hormones and things like that, alright? It will work if you're a beginner, but again, this is the basis of what you need to know, and I'm not going to get into arguments. But calories in. So if we wanted to maintain our weight, we'd eat, say, 2,000 calories, and we burn 2,000 calories in our day. And we can calculate how much we burn with different calculations and things like that. But we can calculate how we eat very easily. We have apps like MyFitnessPal. I highly recommend that if you're just beginning out. But that could track our food calorie content. Now, if we were to want to gain weight, we would have to eat a lot of calories and burn very little, or eat very little calories but burn way less calories than I ate. So as long as this side, this number, the more calories you consume is higher than the amount you burn, you will gain weight. And then on the opposing side, as I have lost down here, if you eat very little but have a lot of exercise going on in relativity, you're going to lose weight. So as long as you burn more calories than you consume in a day, you're going to lose weight. And I know I might have jumbled up my words, please forgive me. But again, the only way you can gain calories is by food and drink, and the only way you lose calories is by living and exercise, alright? Now, other factors that we need to take into consideration when this thing stops working, when you guys are like, oh, this doesn't work for me, blah, 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 hormones. Hormones is like huge. I don't know why we're avoiding this topic. I don't know why people just think we're calculators and it's in and out. I think it's kind of disgusting that people think they can eat pizza in McDonald's and someone can eat chicken, broccoli, and rice and get the same results. It's just body comp and everything matters in that. Again, don't want to get in debate, but it's very frustrating. Lifestyle. Your lifestyle is going to affect how this works and where you are on this scale. And BMR. Now, BMR is something we need to talk about. I might get into it a little bit later, but BMR is pretty much the amount of calories you burn at rest. Without exercising, just laying in bed at rest, not doing anything at all, that's how much calories you'll burn just to maintain your body weight. And we can play with this number based on how active you are and how much you exercise and how active you are through your daily life, and that will affect that number. And we add that to this calculation. This calculation will always stay the same unless you lose or gain weight or your body starts changing. So again, in summary, for calories is a type of energy. If we want to burn weight, we need to have less calories in and more calories out. If we want to gain weight, we need to have more calories in versus more calories out. And if we want to maintain, we can maintain it by keeping it balanced, equal. And then gaining calories is through food and drink, and loss of calories is through exercise and just basic lifestyle. So that's summary of calories. And basically, a lot of people don't even know what calories are, and a lot of people don't know how to maintain those two and balance those two and how to measure those two out. So I would definitely like to share that information with you guys. So me being the camera guy here, I'm so sorry that this worked out the way it is, but it is what it is. So let's get the first part of this topic taken care of. So we have the sorry guys, just adjusting the camera. We have the macro plate. Macro plate. I call it the macro plate. So macros are sorry if my head looks enormous, but macros are pretty much calories. Calories come in three forms for our body. We can only use calories in three forms, and the only way we can get those in is through protein, which I have even read, carbohydrates, and I'm sorry if you can't read this, and fat. So protein, carbohydrates, and fat. You'll see this on every nutrition label. It either has lots of protein, lots of carbs, and lots of fat. And some things are a mix, and blah, blah, blah. So there's different percentages of what people think you should be eating, and I'm not going to get into that, but I have my opinion. But protein is very important in people's diet, and it's something that a lot of people lack. And they think that if they eat too much protein, it's not going to be good for them. You need protein. I don't care if you're vegan. I don't care if you're vegetarian. I don't care if you just hate meat. You need protein. You don't have to eat meat to get your protein. It's not the only way. Vegans and all them do it too. So protein is very important. So again, your meats. I'm just going to stick with meats, but there's alternatives like tofu and a whole bunch of other alternatives out there. Whey powder. But yeah, protein is very key. And this is a very complicated molecule that takes a lot of work to burn in your body. It builds muscle, maintains energy in your body, and things like that. Now, carbohydrates is your breads, your grains, your sugars, everything else pretty much. They are high in energy. They give you a lot of energy, and they are definitely important. Carbs are not bad. None of these things are bad for you in moderation. You need to have moderation. We're eating too much carbs, and that's when it becomes bad. A low-carb diet is not something I generally recommend because you need carbohydrates to function. It's very important for your body. So carbs, again, are the proteins, breads, so breads, grains, sugars, and pretty much everything else other than meat and fats. Yeah. Athletes might need more, and there's rep ranges for this, so I'm not going to get into that. I am so off track. I'm so sorry, guys. And then we have fats. Fats, or lipids they are known as. And again, high in energy. And that consists of your oils, your butter, fats from meats and nuts and avocado and things like that are very high in fat and can be they are very important. And a lot of people don't think fat is important, and you need it for so many different things. Like, if you don't eat fat, you're going to get sick. If you don't eat carbohydrates, you're going to get sick. You need a balanced diet. For protein, again, this is my recommendation. I am putting my recommendation in there. 30 to 45% based on who you are. 30 to 50 and 15 to 30 for fat. And again, that's just a range, and it's based on your lifestyle. And that's why it's such a wide range. Some people are athletes, some people aren't. And sometimes, in my opinion, it might go out of this range based on what you're doing. So again, now we know what we're eating. Proteins, carbs, and fat. If it's not a protein and if it's not a fat, and it's very easy to tell if it's one of these two because it's usually meat or it's usually a fat, it's very easy to tell, then it's a carb. Alright? If you're not sure, like, there's a lot of things people aren't sure about, but if you're not sure, it's probably a carb. Okay? So, fiber. Fiber is something we need to talk about. Hold up, we're going to talk about fiber. Fiber, most Canadians aren't getting the recommended fiber. Women and men, there's a stat out there, it's ridiculous how much fiber men are supposed to be consuming and women are supposed to be consuming, and it's like, it's ridiculous the percentage you only get. I think it's like, we only get like 8 to 14 grams and we need like 38 or something ridiculous. That keeps you full. That cleans everything out. That is such a key thing in our diet that we are missing out. And that's because we don't eat the veggies and things like we used to. So definitely increase your fiber if you can. Also increasing your protein. A lot of people, again, I said, aren't getting enough protein to maintain muscle mass. And just to function properly and let your body do its thing and repair its systems. Alright? Increase water intake. A lot of people aren't drinking their water. Again, just make sure you're drinking enough water. You can look up how much water you should be drinking based on your lean body mass or your body mass in general. Alright? Now, I told you guys I was going to talk about BMR, and I know I'm going very fast, I'm sorry, but I have to get this going. BMR is... again, the amount of calories you burn on at rest. Look this up. This is a key component in calculating your calories if this is the way you want to burn weight. There's different methods on how to burn weight. The calories in versus calorie out definitely works to burn weight. But definitely check this out. I think no matter what you're going to do, I think this is a nice piece of information to have for yourself. And then reduce the amount of sugar we're eating, and that includes carbs. Because carbs break down, carbs are very complicated. It's like a house of sugar, alright? And we break it down and we have a brick, and that brick is actually sugar, or glucose we know it as, alright? So sugar is also known as glucose. But yeah, so reduce the amount. We're eating tons. We eat bread, we eat potatoes, we eat grains, we eat sugar, we eat everything else other than protein and fat as a carb, and we're eating it, and we're consuming it like 6 to 7 times a day, and we get something called an insulin spike. And this is what we're going to talk about next, alright? So let's see if I can just get you down here. I hope you guys can see everything. I don't have someone watching the camera. I hope it's not going blurry on you guys. But here we go. So how do I explain this? So we have something called the pancreas in our body, and the pancreas is a gland in our body. So it's a tool that our body has. Think of it like that. And we have the bloodstream, which is our veins and our arteries and things like that. But our bloodstream here, and then we have something called plaque, and plaque kills you. So when you eat lots of bad food, especially foods that are high in cholesterol, we get something called plaque, and this increases the pressure in the artery and causes the heart to work harder, and your heart gets too thick, and blah blah blah, heart failure, you die. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing the foods you eat, especially when it comes to calorie and you think you can just eat whatever garbage you want, unless you stay under that, as long as you stay under that number. Think about those health kind of things. There's other things that matter. But again, back to the pancreas. The pancreas releases something. It's a tool, as I said. So when we eat something like carbs or sugar, we release something called glucose into our bloodstream. And glucose looks, I have it labeled as these little blue things, alright? Alright, so when there's a lot, when there's too much, when we eat too much carbs, too much sugar, our body is going to release something called insulin. And insulin is going to come out of the pancreas, right, and come and get these little sugars, right here, out of our bloodstream, because we have too much. We need to have some in there to begin with. I didn't draw them in there, but we need to have some in there. And they're going to bring them to the muscle glycogen stores. So pretty much we're going to take this sugar, which is a form of energy, as we said, sugar, carbohydrates is a type of calorie, energy that our body can use. It's going to take this energy and put it in the muscle stores, alright? But eventually, our muscle stores, and we store this sugar here for our muscles to use as energy when we exercise and things like that. But it's going to overflow. Too much. So our insulin will come and take the extra ones and put them in our fat stores. And this is exactly what happens. And anything else you have that will contribute to blood sugar will go straight to your fat stores now, because your muscle glycogen stores are full. And your muscle glycogen stores fill up quite fast. And insulin does this kind of at the same time. But again, that's basic concept. So when you're eating sugary foods and you're eating a lot of it all the time, you're constantly dumping and filling your fat stores. So making yourself fatter, essentially. Now our body has a system in place for when the opposite happens. Let's just say our body has no blood sugar, because our blood sugar has to be very stable. It has to have a certain amount, alright? So let's just say we don't have enough blood sugar in the bloodstream. What our body will do is it will release something called glucagon. And I labeled these wrong. Let me relabel these. Glucagon. And it will take sugar out of here, out of your fat stores, right? And glucagon will come out of the pancreas and go into the fat stores, or in the bloodstream technically, and bring sugar back into the bloodstream to keep it balanced when you need to have sugar in your bloodstream. Now I know this may seem very complicated and I may have not explained it well at all, but there's a very lots of videos online to show you this and how this works. But pretty much we have like a cup here and we're overfilling it and it's just spilling over. And you're just making yourself fat because you're eating too much sugar and too much stuff at once and you're not burning it off, alright? So just keep this in mind. This is the kind of the science behind blood sugar levels and why people are like insulin spike and blah blah blah. So you just can keep that in mind, alright guys? So fortunately this is still running quite smoothly for me. Usually it messes up by now, so I'm glad that that recorded all of that. So now we're going to talk to the last thing, guys. I really want this to be as simple as possible. I did make that last part is a quite complicated concept for most people. That light is brutal. Maybe I can turn it off. No, God no. All right, guys, I'm so sorry. This is. Maybe I can come from an angle. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. Oh, please bear with me. Alright guys, so this is small transitions. They're actually quite big in my opinion. I think it's very hard to transition your lifestyle into a different type of lifestyle habit because we get stuck in these habits all the time, alright? So, for most people, we're in the before/transition stage. Most of us are in the end improvement stage. Now, the end improvement stage isn't the end improvement. You can improve on these improvements, but let's just say in theoretical stance, we're in before, and end improvement is where we want to be within a couple months or a couple weeks, alright? So what we want to do is people that are drinking alcohol, we want to transition that to non-alcoholic beverages, because alcohol has tons of calories in it, or tonic water with like juice and stuff with flavor. And then from there we want to go and drink only water, alright? Now I know people like to sit down with the boys and drink a beer, and that's fine in moderation. You're allowed to have a beer here and there and drink some wine here and there and whatever. But ease up. It's making you flat. They call it a beer belly for a reason. Alright? So if you can go straight from alcohol to water, good for you. If you can cut out alcohol right away, you're like 3% of the population. Good for you. But for those that aren't, try to lower this number of how often you're drinking, and then move on to non-alcoholic, tonic, water, and then to water, if you can. And I don't drink, so I don't know how much this stage is going to help, but I know the other ones will help quite a bit. Alright? So let's get into exercise. A lot of us don't exercise. It's discouraging, there's a lot of things and barriers, but please consider exercising. You see my little exercise guy there. At least 15 minutes a day. That is your improvement. 15 minutes of anything that will get your heart rate up. Whether that be running, walking the dog, doing some push-ups, burpees, and you might not know what these things are, but just walking, going outside with the kids, going outside with your brother and sister, just anything that's gonna get your heart rate up, doing jumping jacks, anything is better. If you can do it for 15 minutes, you will see improvements. Within a week, I'm going to say. You're gonna see improvements in your health, for sure. And end improvement from this, after you've gotten 15 minutes every day, steady for a month or whatever, or a week, whatever goal it is, go to 30. And if you can, go to 1 hour. 1 hour is good enough. That's a fair enough end result if you ask me. 7 hours a week, I don't see what's wrong with that. Alright guys, so keep that in mind. Definitely upgrade to 15 minutes a day and your life will change. If you can get into just the transition stage, you will see huge improvements and you will be motivated to go to the end improvement stage, alright? Fast food. Man, I'm guilty. I ate fast food yesterday. I didn't eat it today, but I haven't eaten fast food in a long time. You know? I wanted a burger from McDonald's. McDonald's was closed. I was pissed. When is McDonald's drive-thru closed? It's 24 hours. I wanted one of those medium fries and a burger. So I went to Wendy's. But, you know, most people give up, but no, I was persevering. But yeah, cut out the fast food, guys. It's awful for you. It is. I had it, and I felt like shit after. Excuse my language for a better term of words, but it's true. Seriously, it's true. This is garbage. It increases your fat, it increases your calories really fast, and it damages something called your endocrine system, your glands. It messes with them. It doesn't let your body do what it needs to do. Alright? Now, try to reduce this number. I know you might be doing it all the time. Reduce it to once or twice a week. And that's a lot. To me, that's a lot. I eat fast food maybe like, I don't know, once every 3 months. Once every like 6 months, depending on what you consider to be fast food. Yeah, no, McDonald's, Wendy's, all that place, all those garbage places, Subway, that is fast food. Subway's bad for you. I'm saying it, Subway's bad for you. Mr. Sub, all those places. Once a week, once or twice a week, alright? And then try to reduce it to 0 times a month. And then if you can get it to once a month, 1 to 0 times a month, try to aim for once every 2 months, once every 3 months, once every 6, once every 10, and until you're not eating fast food at all. This is one of the hardest things to do because eating is a social thing. It's very difficult to do. So if you can just get it to once a week, good for you. You're doing better than most of the population. Alright? Wow, snacks. I don't even know if that fixed it. It's bad anyways. So snacks, that's the next thing I want to talk about. Snacks. We're eating snacks all the time, constantly increasing our insulin spike, which we talked about before, and we're constantly keeping that blood sugar up, constantly storing fat. We don't want that. Alright, so we need to move to healthier snacks that have less sugar in them with water. So taking your regular snacks, drinking water with them, will make you eat less of them. And then also you need to transition to eating maybe half healthy snacks, half bad snacks, and then eating more healthy snacks more often, and then just sticking with healthy snacks. Now healthy snacks could be like maybe like a protein bar. That's a very poor example, but protein bar, banana, apple, those are also poor examples. Greek yogurt, things like that. Greek yogurt and stuff like that is amazing for snacking. There are tons of options, guys. There's like oatmeal banana cookies, all kinds of things. Sedentary lifestyle is the next thing I'd like to talk about. Changing your sedentary lifestyle. Changing sitting on Xbox for 6 hours a day like I did, and still do to this day, but I work out a lot. But 6 hours a day, exercising, not exercising, just sitting, going to work, sitting down, going to school, sitting down, then coming home and sitting down, watching TV, Netflix, on the computer, on the Xbox, on the PS3, on the PS4, whatever, on the Nintendo Wii U, whatever you guys would be playing now. But getting off that and getting up every hour. That's one thing I do. I know that for a fact. I get up every hour. You need to start, when you are watching Xbox, get up every hour. Do something that's going to increase your heart rate and move your blood through your body. Go upstairs, go get your snack. Go upstairs every hour. Go upstairs, go get some water. Go upstairs, walk around, do some jumping jacks, do some sit-ups, do some crunches every hour. Then once you can do that, get it up to every 30 minutes. And if you can, that's amazing. And we can even push that to every 15 minutes. You're killing it. You're killing it if you get to 15 minutes. If you can tell me that you get up every 15 minutes and watch Xbox stuff, I love you guys right now. That would be amazing. That would warm my heart, guys. But 30 minutes, that is a goal to achieve that many people won't be able to achieve. And I think that's amazing if you guys can get up every 30 minutes. That's a TV show. If you can get up every TV show, that's amazing, guys. Honestly, that's hard. Juice. Cut out the juice. I should have put this at the top. Cut out the juice. Jeez, kids. Kool-Aid. Minute Maid. Simply Orange. Gatorade. Even milk. Pepsi. Coke. Dr. Pepper. Mountain Dew. Ooh, the Mountain Dew. I love the Mountain Dew. Sprite. 7-Up. Love those too. Love the white pops. I don't know why. Move over to diet. The sugar that is in these is killing you. I'm not gonna say it's making you fat, it's killing you. Other stuff's in it, it's killing you guys. So move over to diet, and I'm not a fan of diet. I think that the chemicals in those are not great. There's sucralose, aspartame, and yes, they've been proven to be fine. I don't care. I don't think we should be putting that stuff in our bodies. But again, I think it's better than having an insulin spike. But then people have the argument, you can burn off fat, you can't burn off cancer. And that's fine. But if you can transition to diet, it's better than being juice and soda for now. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sticking with that opinion for now. And then transitioning to H2O is the end result, of course. Guys, if you guys can cut out the cola, all those beverages I said, you guys are going to see an improvement in your health within weeks, within days. Because the sugar that you're putting in your body is suppressing your immune system and things like that. I'm going to put you guys back here. I'm not going to edit this video. I think I did a pretty okay job. So please, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to educate yourself on some health and fitness lifestyle. I hope this video helped you in any way, shape, or form. I hope this gave you some gain of knowledge in this topic, in these topics. I hope I helped you in some way, shape, or form. If you got to this point in the video, thank you for watching. Honestly, thank you. It means so much to me that I was able to provide you some sort of information, and it means so much. So if I say anything wrong on here that you don't agree with, or that it's just not right, please let me know in the comment section below. If you struggled with one of these things, or if you disagree with what I'm saying, please let me know and tell me why. I need to know why. And also, just I may have made some mistakes. I'm human. But overall, this is what it is. This is a slow transition. This is your life. To the kid that doesn't know what he's doing and his parents are feeding him garbage all the time, think about this. Tell your parents that you don't want McDonald's every day. I know it's hard because McDonald's sometimes tastes good, but when you leave McDonald's for a while and come back, it doesn't taste as good. Then also for that person that's older and just was never given that guidance, I hope this will help you get out of your bad habits that you formed over the years and that people have helped you form over the years, and transition. It might take you 2 or 3 months to get into transitioning, but hey, it's your journey, it's your life. It's not easy. So if it takes you 2 weeks to get from soda to diet, hey man, you made that improvement. If it takes you 3 weeks to get to fast food, going down to like 3 times a week instead of 5 times a week, hey man, good for you. Honestly, good for you. So guys, it means so much that you watched this video. Thank you so much for your support in the gaming aspect of this, and I will be making more videos like this if you guys are interested, depending on the response I get. And as always, thank you for watching.